And we are live on another edition of All In on High School Sports, back after a nice little spring break week off. Kurt Valenti, Jennifer Valenti, how are you?
I'm good. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
You didn't ask me how I am.
How are you?
I am unbelievably good. In the sports sense. Real quick, Brooklyn Nets brought out the brooms. They're out. Football, little off-season training has started. And yes, Dr. John, Russell Wilson is our new franchise quarterback. So I'm pumped up.
I think that means you don't get a gold star by Dr. John's. You're supposed to get a gold star when you don't mention Russell Wilson, I think.
I'm still waiting for my championship hoodie.
You ruined your, you're not getting it until you.
I'm getting it.
The behavior chart.
He's not doing that, Dr. John. He's not doing it. If that happens, if Dr. John doesn't send me the sweatshirt, I'm gonna have Dr. John's gonna have to. Me and him are gonna go to a 6-hour. Windows 95 clinic, and he's gonna have to sit there and take notes with me. But Coach Breslin saying looking forward to a great show. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you for tuning in, Coach.
And D, how do you want to say that?
I can't see it.
Sidoric is watching.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
So,
very nice. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. What we got going on tonight?
Tonight we are going to highlight the Becton girls softball team. We'll be joined by Coach Joe Coffaro, and 3 of his players will be joining him as well. So we'll introduce them all once they come in, and they're actually all here and ready to go. Did you want me to let them in?
Yeah, and they're back too.
Yeah.
You know, we did. They're
yes,
repeat.
yeah.
We had them last year with a successful season. And there's Rich Kirk saying, let's go Becton. There's Dr. John. Whoa, Windows 95 conferences exist. That's amazing. Yes, Dr. John.
They do.
Take out your notebook. Well, yeah, but you know what's the great thing about it?
Well, we have our guests in, so I want
That's
to
just the way about 3 plays.
Can we make sure we switch the screen because they're all in and
Absolutely.
girls. Hi guys,
Hi.
how you doing? Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Well, welcome back, Coach. You are a repeat guest, so we're glad to have you. And you bring with you tonight, so again, I'll introduce to our audience, Coach Joe. Am I saying your last name correctly, Coach Coffaro?
Yes.
All right, awesome. All right, tonight, so far I'm 1 for 1. Girls, I hope I can do the same with your names as well. So if I mispronounce it, please correct me. We are joined tonight by 3 senior Becton softball players who are joining Coach. We have Alyssa Kirk, Emma Romano, and Caitlin Nozka. How did I do?
Good. Perfect. Good.
All right, 4 for 4. They might just be being nice. I might have said something wrong.
Guys, real quick, we got a comment from Coach Breslin saying, Kurt and Jenny comment, I am old. I coached their parents at Becton.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Coach Breslin commenting in. Very nice. Very cool.
And he's saying, Coach Breslin's saying, Coach, that he believes that you're related to a player at Ramapo?
Yes, my nephew.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
He plays football and lacrosse for Ramapo High School.
Awesome.
Nice.
Coach Breslin's on the ball tonight.
He knows everybody.
That's it. Coach Breslin is on the ball.
So this year, Coach, you guys are off to a 7-6 start. You last year were a sectional finalist, and you do have the Bergen County tournament coming up as well. Do you want to start off, Kurt?
Yeah, Coach. If you could just give us a real quick recap of the season so far, like Jen did say, 7-6 for the season. If you want to just do a real quick recap, real fast.
Well, like try to piggyback from last year. We did lose a big part with our with Carly and Kayla. Was a big part of our pitcher and our catcher combo, but we our league this year, the Meadowlands Division, NJIC, definitely has gotten stronger. A lot of the teams, it's not just like 1 or 2 teams, or in the past it was always IC like on top. There's like 3 or 4 teams basically battling against each other. So I try to schedule a lot of my independents with a lot of tougher teams because I know our league is competitive. So, but we start in 7-6, but we keep fighting. Today's game, as you know, it was we lost on the bottom of the 7th against a good Wallington team. So, but the good thing is once we start playing our schedule back, we start playing these teams again, and the outcomes could be different. So.
Very nice. Girls, I have a question for you guys, and if I have any of my stats wrong, please let me know. But last year, and I know how competitive Bergen County softball is, right? You guys lost to Glen Rock in the second round, I think, of the Bergen County tournament. And if I'm not mistaken, you drew them in the first round this year. Is that right? You have them coming up very soon, right? So
Yeah.
I guess my question to each of you, you can put your own spin on it, is do you have, like, avenging that loss on your mind? We'll start, maybe go Alyssa, then Caitlin, then Emma.
Okay, well, I believe that, it's the senior year. You obviously want to kick back and win, especially to a team that we lost to previously. And I think it would be a great pick-me-up after this game to go in and really win, honestly.
Nice. How about you, Caitlin?
I definitely think like everyone wants to win. Definitely after today, I feel like we had it in our heads that we want to win. I think we just need to start playing like the game of softball because like we're all good players. Our whole team is filled with good players, and we all just need to just play softball because we love the sport and not really have winning on our head, because I feel like we play better when we're just playing the sport that we love instead of just focusing on winning. So I definitely just want to play the game, have fun. Everyone wants to win, but at the end of the day, there needs to be a winner and a loser. So.
Great perspective. How about you, Emma?
Yeah, I think we're not the same team we were last year, and we know that. And I think trying to become that team is not going to work. And we just have to play what we know how to play and how we know how to play it, and we'll be fine.
That's great. You know what? I know we have seniors here. It's such a great senior perspective for you guys to share with your team. So awesome comments and leadership there.
I'm going to go back to the girls on that. And like you guys said, you guys had an unbelievable season last year. And just like Coach said, by losing a lot, you guys are still, a very respectable, 7-5 going in, 7-6, say, after a hard loss, making the county tournament. Obviously, hopefully making the state tournament. So I'll start with who we want to start with. We'll go.
Well, I was next again, but did you want to do?
Yeah. So I just wonder, why the success, would you say, girls? Especially last year and then even, leading into this year. Why has this softball program been so successful?
I'll take that. Basically, I just think it's the heart that the team has. We all really meshed well together, and just how we play together. We've played with each other since we were little. So I think the chemistry the team has is just outstanding, personally.
I definitely think like once Coach Coffaro came to Becton, it definitely changed like the whole perspective of Becton. We always had a good team, and it's not like we were like the worst team or like the best team. But Coach Coffaro came in, he brought us all together and like really gave us like an end goal, which was to become one team. And last year, I feel like we all played, like the whole team played with each other for so long. And this year we have like a completely new team. We have half seniors and like half freshmen and a few sophomores in the mix. So it's like hard to like bring back what we had last year because we were all just so comfortable playing with each other for so many years last year.
Yeah, I think it's very important that we're working together and the way that we act together, and we come together as a team very easily. And I think if we can just keep being together and help each other out, we'll be good. We'll do good with that.
And I just want to get a comment from Coach Longo saying best of luck the rest of the way and great job, Coach.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
Coach, I just have to say you're I'm sure you would agree, but just in a few minutes spending with your girls, the leadership that it looks like they are providing. I did see your roster, and kind of piggybacking off what they said, it does seem like a mix of like really young players, right? Some freshmen and sophomores playing pivotal roles, and then you have this senior leadership what they're bringing. So, girls, I'm going to say to you, it's just you're leaving your lasting mark with those younger players just by, I can see so quickly by things you're saying and doing. So that's just so nice to see, Coach. I was hoping, Coach, if you could highlight some of your players for us that are playing on the squad this year.
Well, I mean, we have, we're a senior strong team, as you know. Our entire infield is seniors. So from, first, second, short, third, they were the starters last year on our run that was successful. Our pitcher, Demi Dubinsky, is only a sophomore. She's been doing great. She's been fighting. And we start 3 freshmen. So, and each of those freshmen have been contributing in their own way, coming up with big opportunities, big spots, and which is good because as a freshman, it's tough playing at the varsity level, and to get the experience that they are and working with the seniors that we have, it's a great mix. And Hopefully, we still have a lot of games left, a lot of ball to play. So hopefully, it'll be all positive in the outcome.
Well, you know what? I'm going to kind of piggyback off of that. In your last 7 games, you guys, if I'm not mistaken, again are 4-3, but the 3 losses are all by 1 run. Is that correct?
I think so. Yes,
right,
we lost. We lost Saturday. We played in the Black and Gold tournament in Cedar Grove, which are all top teams around in the state of New Jersey, and we were lucky enough to get invited to it. Thanks to Cedar Grove for respecting Becton, and we lost to a Group 4 school, Morris Knowles, which is a very prestigious school, and they're very well coached. And we were down 7-2. We came back to tie it. And for a Group 1 school, competing at the Group 4 level, I mean, it's to me that's a win. Even though we lost 8-7, but again, like we'll play anybody. I mean, I'm playing IHA Saturday. We'll see how that goes. You never know.
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
That's great.
Joe Romano saying last 3 losses all by 1 run, 2 in extra innings. This team is playing tough and playing together.
It's true. It's almost deceptive when you see, those can go either way,
Yep.
and those are experiences to draw upon, later down the line. So I'm sure you think your players are getting valuable lessons to use later in the season. I actually did want to ask you, Coach, if you could tell us a little about the Black and Gold tournament, because we've been seeing a lot of, it did seem like the top teams from the area, like, were hosted by Cedar Grove. It was just like a day event. Is that correct? Could you tell us a little about it?
Yes. This was the first year that I was involved with it, obviously as a head coach. But I mean, it's a beautiful facility. I mean, I know the weather hasn't been great, going around, but this past weekend, I mean, the weather was beautiful, and you get to see a lot of top teams, and being in that mix with them, I think is great. I mean, they're, Pequanic's playing Montgomery, and then IHA playing Hillsborough. I mean, they're teams all over the state. Obviously Cedar Grove, playing as well. But I think it's a wonderful tournament. It really is.
Girls, how did you guys enjoy that day?
Oh, I loved it. It was such a nice feeling to be a part of like a tournament on such nice weather after being in the cold for so long.
Yeah, it's definitely like it was a change of weather. So it was like I think we were all just excited to finally play a game like in the nice weather. But I feel like it was also like exciting to play because like everyone doubts us. We're like the underdogs because like, oh, they're only a Group 1 school, and like coming here and performing, like all these schools are around. There's schools like watching us that we're not even playing, and just to like perform, like even though we did lose, I count it like as a win in our book because we performed up to their level, and all the other schools could see that. They saw what values our players hold on this team, and they just see how we work as a whole. And so I just think it was a positive that day.
Nice.
I think the competition was great. I think it was rewarding to play teams that are held to that standard and that are that good, considering that people don't see our team that way or haven't always. So I think the competition was really good, and playing Morris Knowles was very good for us.
Awesome.
Jen Candace Kirk is saying, amazing group of girls. Love watching them play.
Nice.
I'll go to Alyssa on this one. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like you represented 3 different sports at Becton throughout your high school career. What does it mean for you to be a Becton athlete?
Oh, it's so important to me. I think being a part of your community, especially the sports way, teaches you so much growing up. I played soccer and softball since I was little, and basketball I picked up 8th grade. But as a team, you just meet so many different people, and you become so, part of the community, and it just teaches you so many things that I wish everyone could learn, honestly.
And I just want to do a quick follow-up with you because you make a great point. On our show, we have a lot of times we have an athlete, and where a lot of times we ask coaches, but we'll also ask the players, but about being more than a one-sport athlete in high school. If you could tell, a 6th grader, 7th grader, an 8th grader, and they ask you, hey, should I play more than one sport in high school? What would you tell them?
Do it 100%. Playing more than one sport opened up so many opportunities for me. It taught me so many things. It made me meet so many people in my life that I could never replace. And I really, really recommend it.
Caitlin, I'll go to you now. It looks like you had a huge week at the plate. You've been on a tear. What has contributed to that hot streak?
Honestly, I wasn't even expecting it myself. I always like to just humble myself. So everyone's coming up like, hey, like, Kate, like, I hear you're on fire, like, with the bat. And, like, I never want to say, like, oh, yeah, like, I know. I don't know. But I just feel like I've gained a lot more confidence this year because I learned that it's not about winning or losing this year. It's high school. You're supposed to have fun. Like, no one's getting, like, a huge cash prize at the end of this. So there's no reason to get down on yourself over a game. Like, you're supposed to just do it for yourself and be happy. Whether you strike out all at bats or if you get home runs all at bats, it's all just supposed to be fun, and you're supposed to enjoy the time with your teammates, your friends, your family. So
Coach Longo saying Alyssa would have played football too if it wasn't during the same season as soccer with a little pound emoji. So
Yeah.
She probably would. She probably would have played football.
and then
Absolutely.
Emma, obviously you're a big part of reading around saying one of the best, and obviously the statistics show one of the best offensive lineups in the area. But now as a senior, besides being obviously one of the better players on the team, has it been a little different as being now a senior and a leadership, especially with so many freshmen on the team?
I think it's very different from last year because we didn't have many younger girls on our team last year. And this year, this is one of the first times I'm playing with a lot of younger athletes on the team. And it's important to be a leader, and we're trying to show that, but it's also important to just play how we know and show them how we play, because we don't have to, fake it. I just think it's important that we are playing how we know and just show them so that when we leave, they'll take over.
All right, you ready for a little
Yeah.
a little rapid fire?
Absolutely.
All right, Coach, you've done this with us before. We're gonna roll into a little rapid fire here. We always say rapid fire is meant to be quick, and but sometimes
it doesn't work.
sometimes they're still a little lengthy. So, but we're still gonna call it rapid fire. So you're up first.
Okay. Do you have an order?
Oh yeah. So let's do. Why don't we do?
Coach is involved in this too.
Yes, Coach. Of course. We didn't repeat any questions, Coach. So let's go. We'll mix up the order a little. Let's go Emma, Caitlin, Alyssa, and then Coach, you can end it up for us. How's that? Good?
Perfect.
All right, first one. This has been one of my favorite ones I've been asking lately. If you guys could only wear, obviously you guys wear a lot of Becton gear, but if you were only able to wear, like say you're wearing a hoodie, but only one color, would you pick maroon, black, white, or gray?
Black, because I feel like it goes with everything.
I usually would say black, but I think maroon. I just love the color maroon. That's our school color, so maroon.
I gotta agree with Caitlin. I'm going with maroon.
I'm gonna say black.
All right, split
2-2.
50-50. All right, I went a little nostalgic on my question. So for the girls being seniors, right? So my first question for you guys is, and Coach, of course, you too, but what's your favorite Becton softball memory? It could be on the field, off the field, this year, any year.
When we played Immaculate Conception the first time last year, I had a game-winning RBI, and that was probably my favorite memory.
Awesome.
Definitely beating IC that last year. It's just like the energy, like no one expected it. I don't even think we expected it, and just the energy after the game, after it happened. I think that just it's just such a happy memory for me.
Honestly, I'm throwing it back to freshman year. It was my first catch on varsity. I went down with a hurt ankle afterwards, but I caught the ball.
Nice, very nice. And Coach, how about you? So thus far.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Emma and Caitlin. Last year's game against IC, because I believe at the time they might have been fourth in the state, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I mean, who would have thought? I mean, I always have the confidence in our team, and just that day, just everything went right, and Emma got the big hit, which was, it was unbelievable.
Nice.
Okay, let's go. Favorite place for dessert? One place.
I guess Ice Cream Charlie's. I like that place in Rutherford.
I have to go with Cake and Cone in East Rutherford.
I'm going with Dairy Queen.
Oh, a lot of ice cream.
I'm going to say, well, I live in Nutley, so we do have a Carvel in Nutley. So I'm just going to say Carvel.
Right, nice, very nice. All right, Coach, this one, I apologize. You can answer if you want, but I don't think it'll pertain to you. I was wondering what your college plans are for next year, guys. Your college plans, if they've been decided yet.
I'm going to Dean College in Massachusetts, and I'm studying criminal justice and homeland security, and I'm also playing softball there.
Awesome.
I recently committed to Clemson University in South Carolina. I'll be majoring in accounting. So yeah.
Awesome, exciting as well.
I just recently committed to University of Delaware, and I'm majoring in English education. I definitely want to walk on and play some type of club sport. I'm just on the fence on which one yet.
Awesome.
Great.
Good stuff. Coach, how about you?
Yeah, I graduated college in
He's going back to Becton University is what he's going back to. All right, my last one. This could be for any reason. If you guys could play one other team that you're not scheduled to play this year, who would it be?
I'd say Pequannock, because one of my club coaches is the coach.
That's a really tough question. I don't really know one off the top of my head, but I would definitely want to go up against maybe like a Ramapo or one that's like really high up ranked there.
Okay.
I would actually do Rutherford because we scrimmaged them and it kind of fell off towards the end. So I'd really like to see how the game would be now.
I swear I was just going to ask you if you guys played Rutherford because it's a little, you have that little border war, like neighboring little rivalry. Coach, what about you? You have any?
I do, and we're playing them Saturday. So it actually worked out. Years ago, I was an assistant at Pequannock with Marianne Goodwin, and we would play IHA. And, again, they're always a top program. And being in a Group 1 school, we're playing in the Coaches vs. Cancer tournament in Park Ridge. And it just so happened that they paired us up together. And, it would be good to see what we can do.
That's awesome.
Nice. And my last nostalgic question for the girls is, what have you learned as part of the Becton softball program that you want to make sure you pass on as advice to the underclassmen?
Doesn't matter if you win or lose. Just make sure you're playing to play. You want to enjoy what you're playing. And there's no point in playing if you're going to be miserable, because then you're not going to win regardless.
Yeah, I would definitely say what Emma said. I definitely told the girls that today. It doesn't matter if you get run ruled every single game of the season or if you go undefeated with no runs against you. It's about playing the sport that you love. We're all here to play the sport that we love, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Mine would definitely be to breathe. Take a breath. Don't let the nerves get to you. It's just a game. You'll have a million at-bats. You just have to breathe. And if one thing goes wrong, another thing will go right, and that's pretty much it.
I want to go off real quick before one more thing. And obviously, Becton is always known for a great, athletic school. But you guys, the past couple of years in a lot of sports, we had football. We had Izzy with the wrestling. You guys have been unbelievable. So you guys are having a nice little run at Becton, Coach. What would you say about the sports program in overall?
Oh, in the whole school or all
yeah,
the sports?
Like all the sports, yeah. Because like I said, you guys have been very successful in a lot of sports recently.
Yeah, I even before I started coaching at Becton, they were always it was a great school, great programs. Didn't matter what sport, they were always competitive. And I remember when I was the head coach at Weehawken, I used to hate going to Becton. Because I'm like, we're going to play on this field. It has no fence. And just they would always fight and claw. And sometimes we'd win, sometimes we would lose. But, now I'm at Becton. So it feels better.
There you go.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was an absolute pleasure to have you. We really appreciate you taking the time on a game day. I'm sure you have, again, other commitments as well. So thank you so much, and the best of luck to you the rest of the season.
Yeah, good luck this weekend versus IHA and obviously going forward.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good one.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, guys.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye.
Bye, ladies.
Okay, so Becton softball having a great 2-year run. I mean,
Yeah.
And it's it's like Coach said, that you lose like that battery, and you're losing.
They lost their pitcher catcher.
Yeah, I mean that's so much to ask. Sophomore pitcher now doing a great job,
doing a
but great senior leadership is the thing.
You know what? I was so impressed with them.
Yeah,
I really was. And you know what? They gained a ton of experience last year as juniors, having the run they did, but they gained perspective as well, and to be able to see and hand that down to the underclassmen, but that's what it's about, in a program, being part of a program.
And I give Coach all the credit in the world. I mean, you're scheduling IHA. I mean,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where, hey, you know what? Like he said, let's go out, let's go play. You're only going to get better by playing a team like that, especially down the road. You got the counties, you got the states. I believe they beat IC again. They believe they beat IC again this year. Tough one to Rutherford, but like he said, that little NJAC, that's a tough conference now for softball. But you got a lot of good teams.
And those close losses, are great lessons to learn, not only for this season, but for those underclassmen for the future. They're getting, trial by fire right away. But great kid. It's so nice to see. That's why I love having the coaches and the kids on. It's so nice to see
and you know
the
what?
maturity and the leadership of those kids.
And like we were saying, and I just thought about the last question. They're part of a nice run in a lot of different sports. So listen, you're gonna go to a football game or a wrestling match you're gonna go to everything. But how much better is it when it's a league championship like the football play? You have a wrestler going for a state championship. Like Coach Farina's team and stuff like that. So it's awesome. So it's a nice little run, and hey, they finish off their careers very successful.
All right, so we're going to roll into a little recap of our picks from last week, right, with our girls flag football.
Okay.
We are missing one stat. I have to say, it's been a little hard to find some of the statistics. So we're kind of hoping, our plan is to maybe rectify that a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Coming soon, that's all we're going to say. We would really like to see the girls flag football kind of get the notoriety I guess it deserves, like the a little bit more. So we're hoping to be able to provide that a little bit.
Yeah, we're working on it and trying to be the source.
Yes,
basically.
We'd really like to give them that. What's the word I'm looking for? Publicity, but they're I don't know. They deserve to have
you said it better than me.
And
Dr. John's coming in with some news. Mount Olive lost to Kennedy in a heartbreaker, 33-32. We had Coach on, was it 2 weeks ago, right?
Yep.
Nice high-scoring game.
Yeah. So our picks from last week, we had our first game we had 3 games from the Super Football Conference North. So Clifton at Wayne Valley. Wayne Valley won in a shutout, 18-0, right? Those are 2 first-year programs, correct? Then we had PCTI opened up the reigning champion at Mount Olive, and they won 22-0. And then Kennedy at Ramapo. Ramapo won 26-18. So we, I think you had all 3 winners in that one.
Okay.
Yep. I had 2.
I'm getting ready for September. I'm getting ready for September.
I think that might have been actually the only one we disagreed on. So I think you might have. Oh, no. We have another loss there. In the Super Football Conference South, the game we picked was Irvington at Shabazz. And this is going back 2 weeks. Again, this was week 1.
Right.
So Irvington won 14-8. And Irvington made an appearance in the finals last year. And then we picked 2 NJEC games, Lyndhurst at Harrison, where Harrison won 18-14. We had both picked Lyndhurst in that one. And again, part of the problem, we had trouble finding the details on the Hawthorne at Pompton Lakes final. So again, we're hoping to make that a little bit better because we want their coverage to be as good as the varsity sports are in the spring season. So moving on to this week. Are you ready with our games that we're going to pick?
We're only going to do 3.
Yep.
We're going to start with 3. Since he's on, we're going to do Dr. John's 2-0 Irvington against a 1-0-1, the little tie, East Orange. Where are you going to go?
I'm going with Irvington.
I'm going to go Irvington too. So I'll put you down for there. All right. Second game we're going to do is 0-2, our neighbors right across the street, our 0-2 Clifton Mustangs against because Coach Breslin's checking in. 1-1 Ramapo Raiders. I'll start this one. I'm going to pick Ramapo.
I'm going Ramapo as well on this
Okay.
one.
By the way, Coach Breslin, the hoodies,
Oh,
unbelievable.
yes. Thank you, Coach Breslin. We neglected to mention that he dropped off some nice Ramapo football gear for us, right? So thank you very much. The embroidery. I
Coach-
should have worn that tonight.
Coach Breslin, we will see what happens in September when she makes her football picks. She learned last year. She learned. And then I'm going to go with a big one. Hey, it's a big game. There's Dr. John. The NJIC and BCC division don't have a score reporting coordinator like someone does for Super Football Conference divisions, and he's raising his hand.
Well, you know what, Dr. John? I'm glad you mentioned it.
We're going to find them.
Because he was nice. I wasn't sure who had access to it, but thank you for sharing with us that we feel very in the know for that because he shared so much information. We were able to get those scores because of that, but it's still not as public as it should be. So again, we're hoping to try to do something where we can get it out there a little bit more.
Scores,
So,
stats, standings, a little of everything. Doing
player
our
highlights,
picks.
Yeah, so yeah, but thank you, Dr. John, for sharing that with us because it is a wealth of information. Yes. But you know what? That's Dr. John taking the initiative to do that for the girls and have all that in one place.
Dr.
So,
John doesn't play. And I don't think Dr. John heard me start off the show, so I'm a 0 tonight.
So
yeah, I
far
hope
he's
he
got a
didn't either.
sticker.
I hope he didn't either. And then the last one, we're going to go 2-0 Ridgewood, 2-0 PCTI, the defending champs. You can start that off.
You know what? I'm gonna go. Listen, 2 undefeated teams, right? And I'm gonna go PCTI though. I think the champs are gonna bring it home that day.
I'm just gonna tell.
Defending champs.
I did no gold star for Kurt. I know it's flag, but Coach Fava, I believe Coach Fava does the defense, right, for PCTI. Get ready for that. You're getting some kind of wing tee. You're gonna get some kind of wing tee, Coach Fava. So it always goes back to the wing tee. But I'm gonna take the champs too. Until you beat them, you pick them, right? That's how it is, right?
Yeah. I kind of agree with that.
Or you do what Kevin Durant does, just join them. You can't beat them, join them, right? I mean, no. I had to get my dig. That's my first dig. He did
join them, but then he left them. And then...
Yeah, and then he left them for right. I mean, that's tomorrow night. But I'm gonna go PCT. I think that's gonna be a good game now. I think they're all gonna be they're all gonna be great games, and you could see even by the scores.
Yeah.
Like the Lyndhurst. I was showing some highlights of the Lyndhurst Harrison game, and Harrison scored late in the game to take the lead, to get the win. But again, it's awesome. Like you said, we want to. Dr. John saying, watch out for Ridgewood, though. Look at the results the first 2 weeks. Beat Indian Hills handily, who almost beat PCTI in the playoff semis. No, hey, they don't play around over there in Ridgewood. What did the coach say? When we asked him, what's the goal? Win it all.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants to win it all. He's not, so they're out, those athletes there, they play to win over there.
Again,
so
another stellar athletic school, so definitely.
But that's it for, we're going to do only 3 picks this week. Next week we'll get a bigger slate. And like you said, I just think, we want to be like the source for these girls flags football. And that's what we're going to aim to do. Anything else?
No, we'll look forward to next week.
Yeah, we do a nice little shorter show tonight.
Yep, that's
But
right.
I want to thank, again, Becton, thank all the girls, obviously Coach for getting them on. And, look at this comment. Ann Mulvaney. Annie says hi. We were just going to go off the air.
Well, you know what's funny is I don't know that anybody know that my maiden name is Mulvaney. So Annie Mulvaney is my mom, your mother-in-law. Annie is a recent addition to Facebook.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She is branching out, and this is her first ever live comment. So I feel like we should commemorate it.
Well, I'm going to say one thing.
She usually likes this post like tomorrow.
Well, you did say, you were probably saying she would be sleeping and she's going to watch it tomorrow. I never said that.
This is late for Annie.
Now, here's the question. Will she be chiming in live tomorrow again? What do you think?
Oh, did she chime in live on K&K once?
I think she did.
Okay.
Once.
I know she usually likes the post the next
So
day.
what are you going to
the
say
live
right now?
post.
Yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
You're gonna say
I'm
no?
gonna say no. Now she'll probably do it because
I hope
saying
she
no.
has a comment. Like maybe she could talk a little Nets tomorrow. You know, maybe your dad gets on that. Listen,
Gives her something
we
to
got to
say.
keep the show calm. If your dad would be
Next
getting
Kyrie. He
right
doesn't
with
want
Kyrie.
that.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be going. Dr. John saying, Mama Hoops is on Facebook. Can we get her on? I need someone to talk to Kurt about his Russell Wilson comments. They are not kind.
You know what? Annie would do that, Dr. John.
Just wait until Christmas comes, Dr. John, and I ask Annie for my white Russell Wilson jersey.
Oh, too funny.
She
I'm
buys
so-
me all the Bronco jerseys, right?
I think Annie might have like just kept scrolling after she commented.
You think so? Yeah. Yeah. But she is on
funny.
Facebook, Dr. John. She
I love
is
that.
on Facebook.
That's her new name, Mama Hoops.
That's it, Mama Hoops. I like that.
That's good.
Dr. John is
That
good.
is good. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. We got a little last minute shout out from Annie. Can't end it any better than that. So, thank you again to Becton.
Well, I got
Softball.
what I got when I get a text and it's breaking news.
Uh-oh.
It's breaking news. Not breaking news, but our great friend Joey Clams, who is a little, I would say, vested into the high school girls softball.
Yeah,
Now
right.
he has a tremendous player at Kane
Who graduated from
who-
IC.
from IC,
And now has-
as a freshman playing at IC. And he sent me the Bergen County schedule, and he just made sure that I know. 4:00 Friday, Immaculate Conception versus Paramus for the counties. And I will just say this, and we were talking about this the other day. I believe they're ranked 23rd. I say.
I see. Okay.
Just like Becton is.
Oh, in the county.
In the
you're
counties,
talking about.
for
They're
the
right-
tournament.
They're seeding.
You don't want to play a team like Becton, a 21st seed.
Right.
And you don't want to play IC as a 23rd seed.
Right,
They're not.
right.
They're not those seeded numbers.
Yeah.
You know. So just a heads up. So I will give again a shout out, and I know Joey Clams was saying that Becton did beat them during the regular season. So we want to give a shout out, and hey, hopefully Joey Clams,
Good
IC
luck
gets
to
it done.
IC, yep,
IC
yep.
gets it done. All right, guys. See everybody next week.